Slap me on the nuts tonight. Be a bitch, you fucking whore. Doodle-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo. Anyways, speaking of taking a slap to the nuts, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna commemorate the whole 2 year ordeal where you almost died. You can understand, Jean died a couple weeks ago, and your sister died. 'Cause that was a weird time, dude. You realize, well, technically you did die. You did die for a minute or two, a couple minutes, whatever it was. You actually physically died, sir. You realize that? I mean, I know you realize that, but I mean, I'm saying you know what I mean. And they say that death comes in threes. So you had Jean die, your sister died, and then literally at her funeral, you almost died. Okay, do you understand? No, do you hear the words? Do the words, are they computing? Because I can't deal with it. Because in some alternate universe you did die. You did. You did. You died in an alternate universe. And I have to think to myself, where would things be right now for me if that happened? Holy shit, dude. I mean, do you realize right now my life would be completely different? For one, now I know this is a touchy subject because I still technically haven't paid you for it, but I wouldn't have had the Switch. I probably wouldn't even be able to find a Switch at like a regular price. I wouldn't have been able to enjoy Zelda. Well, no, actually that's not true. I had it for Wii U, but I certainly wouldn't have enjoyed it the way I did on Switch. I certainly wouldn't have been able to enjoy Mario and all the other games that came out all last year. I wouldn't be, yeah, that would be a big thing for me. Now, granted, I know it sounds petty, like, oh, you're dead, but at least I get to play Mario. Fuck you. No, I don't mean it like that. Well, maybe a little bit, but it would be a big deal. Okay, because like I'm looking forward to Bayonetta's coming out on Friday, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm waiting for that. I've pre-ordered that. I'm waiting for it. It's already downloaded. I just gotta wait for 1201s for whatever fuck reason, but whatever. I'm looking forward to that. I wouldn't be looking forward to that if you had died 2 years ago. Because it's like, you think about all the little things, literally the butterfly effect, and it's like, the little prick flaps his wings, and next thing you know, a tornado hits in Timbuktu and kills everybody. It's that kind of a concept. Because like, I think of all the times that I should have died. Like, there was one time when I was a toddler. There's actually a couple times, but one specifically, because we lived in Taberg on that fucking highway, and I was probably 2. I mean, like barely able to walk, 2 to 3. Like I said, barely able to walk, barely able to even comprehend reality. And I had on this little blue coat with like a hood, like a little not a hoodie, but it was one of those. You remember this is the 70s, so it wasn't like a hoodie per se, but it was like one of those coats with a hood, with the little fringe around the outside. It was like a grayish fringe, like a little puff piece around the outer rim. And for some reason we were out by the road, me and my mother, and I started to walk into the road, and there's like this Big Mac truck coming. Like she literally reached out and grabbed my hoodie by her fingertips, no joke, and yanked me back. And I remember the tightness as it pulled on my chest and my throat, and she yanked me back. And I remember the whoosh of the Mack truck as it went by. We're talking like a big truck. I almost died that day. And then it was the one time I was again, I was still barely able to walk. I don't know if I've ever told this story. Oh, no, actually, I think I did a long time ago, but you probably don't remember it. I was a toddler. I mean, we're talking, it's Todd as toddler can get, okay? Like, just barely able to walk. Like, no comprehension of anything. Like, just barely able to speak and comprehend words. Now, my mother had gone to work. Now this is before she worked at Nice and Easy next door, which the store was next door. This was back when it was owned by the Millers, Carl Miller and his mother and father. You probably know them. I don't know, but it was owned by the Millers, and it was a complete slum. It was a dump. Thank God Karen came in and bought the fucking thing and built it up, and actually, because they had the fire and then the whole thing, but they built it up, and then it became the Nice and Easy. That's there in Tabor today. But this is like This is back. Shit, dude. This is back when half the store was actually a garage, where like you pull cars in and like ching ching, and you like lift it up and do maintenance and shit. It was like a dirt floor. I mean, you look at it now, and it's a regular Nice and Easy, but this fucking thing was like I said, a dirt fuck floor. Completely insane, but whatever. And shit, this had to be at least, I don't know, 79, 80, maybe 81. I don't think it was that long, but it was around 1980 ish. And I decide that I'm going to go see my mother, and I'm going to walk there. Oh, because I forgot to mention, she wasn't working there. She was working at I think it was called the A&B or B&K or B and something. That other store that's up the road. I think there used to be a Subway there. I don't know if there is anymore. The one that was, actually, I think your sister used to work there. The B&K or the K and whatever the fuck it is. That other store up the road a little bit. My mother used to work there because Dave Strange used to own the fucking thing. And she used to work for him. Her and I think somebody named Carol, if I remember correctly. Whatever. So I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm going to go see my mother. Now, my father's supposed to be watching me. Of course, yeah, right. But to be fair, he did work nights, and he fell asleep in the bed, and I'm the toddler running around the house by myself. Yeah, good parenting. Yeah, woohoo, good parenting. So I decide that I'm going to take the dog. We're going to go for a walk and go see my mother. I'm going to walk all the way down to the other store. Now, that's a long hike, dude. And even as a kid, that's a long hike. But I take off with my dog. And Mrs. Miller comes running out and sees me walking down the road. And is like, I don't think you should go see your mother right now. And I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I have the dog. And the dog was being very protective. Her name was Red, when she was, red, a reddish color. Again, Dale T's naming. It shows how smart he was. The dog's red, so his name was Red. Okay, whatever. But, oh, did I mention that I was completely bare-assed? I was completely naked. I'm running down the road naked with a dog. I mean, we're talking Route 69, bare-ass naked child running down the road with a red dog, and it was a big dog. It wasn't like one of the little beagle dogs. We're talking it was a what kind? I don't remember what kind she was, like a Great Dane or something. I don't remember what she was, but it was it was a big dog. Like, even if I was a grown adult, it was a big dog. And so, you got this toddler who's barely able to walk. And she somehow coaxed me back into my house. Because she was over there, she was, doing her stuff, doing whatever it was she was doing. Behind the cash register, looked out and see the naked child running, and she goes in and gets my father, because we knew each other and stuff. We knew of each other, because we went over there all the time, so they knew us. I wakes my father up, and Dale T's like, he brings me back inside with the dog, ties the dog up out back. So it's like, I think of all the times I could have technically died, because there's been multiple times when I could have fucking died. Now think about where everything would be right now. Like right now, this house would probably be sold. There would be somebody living here, which technically there is. Somebody downstairs renting. But, I mean, think about this. somebody would be living up here because they probably would have rented out both areas. They would have rented out either the entire house or just sold it outright. Or they would have rented the bottom part of it and then rented up here. Now, I assume it would have still gone probably to Cousin Mary. But, I mean, she'd be getting probably 3 times more for rent than what I'm giving her right now currently. For up here. She probably would be. She'd probably be getting decent money. She'd be making more money. Dale T wouldn't have to drive up all the time. Every 2 weeks. To take me shopping. I mean, I just think about all the stuff that, like, if I didn't exist, like, all this stuff here would not be here. There'd be other stuff here, and there'd be other people here. It's weird. It's like if you close your eyes and kind of imagine what that would be like, and it's just like somebody else walking around. It's creepy, actually. It's kind of fucked up. But, I mean, I think about all this stuff. Like, this tablet wouldn't be here. All these comic books wouldn't be here. I mean, all these games wouldn't be here. The TVs wouldn't be here. Nothing would be here because of me. Nothing would be here. And it makes you wonder. It's like everything that I bought would be at somebody else's house. Because somebody would have bought that switch. Somebody would have bought that lamp. Somebody would have bought this bed. Somebody would have bought that TV or that chair. And I think about, like, Mr. Boots. Like, Mr. Boots would be at somebody else's house right now, probably having a fun time with a bunch of kids. You know, just having a great, wonderful time instead of laying here depressed and hating on me. Like, because he has this weird little thing where it's like, depending on how I'm laying on the bed, like if I'm laying like I am right now, he wants nothing to do with me. Like, I am laying kind of on my left side, and I'm holding the tablet doing this clip. Now, if he gets up, he will come around the left side of the tablet, and he'll look at me, and he'll want to be close and be like, oh, hey, hey, hey. But if I move the tablet, as in, like, to give him direct confrontation, he pulls away. Now, if he comes around the right side, he does the same thing. He wants nothing to do with me. So, like, if I sit up and I go to reach for him, he'll pull away. Like I've got the plague or something. Or like I've got a cold, and he's like, oh. You know, he'll pull away, and he'll do that kind of like, this little, like, ooh, kind of like look where it's like, stay away, stay away. Now, it's part of a game. I understand. Now, if I roll over on my right side, he'll come right up, he'll lay right next to me, he'll get right in my face and kiss my face, and it's weird. It's like no matter where we lay, where I lay, he's got like a different personality toward me. Now, he does this thing where it's like, again, if I reach out to him, he'll pull away, but he's not doing it in a, like, he's going to hit me, Daddy's going to hit me kind of a thing, or, you know, he's doing it more in the jokey, playful sort of way where it's like, stay away, and you reach a little further, stay away. You know, it's one of those kind of things, and it's weird, and I don't know why he does it, and it irritates me, because I want a cuddle dog. I want literally just to pick him up, bring him up to my chest, and go, okay, that's what I want to do, and just wrap my arms around him and hug him. He doesn't want to do that, because Lucy used to do that, and like he doesn't like. He's like one of those kids that you see, like, if you dropped off to school. And you're like, okay, here, honey, here's your lunch. And you hand him a little paper bag. And you say, give mommy a kiss. Or give daddy a kiss. And they're like, ee. You know, kind of like they pull away. And like they don't want their friends seeing it. That's kind of how he acts. It's funny. So, whatever. Anyways. But I think about that. Like, where would he be right now? Where would Lucy have been right now? Would we even have... Because you gotta understand. When we were going to get Lucy, the woman's like... I don't know, because she was looking for another dog, because Ollie was getting old, and it's like, okay, we want a transition dog, and I find that works best, especially if you're a dog person, and you're going to, like, I'm going to continuously have a dog no matter what, so, when he starts to get old, I need a transition dog. Now, luckily, he came along, we're talking like 3 days before Lucy passed, and that was kind of pushing it. Like, we had Lucy, I think Ollie was probably 10 years old. Like, he was on his last leg, and then she came along and kind of, you know, perked up his spirits, and he kind of, you know, he went on for another 5 years. And realistically, probably could have gone on another 5 or 6 more. I mean, really, he could have been. Seriously, he could have been close to 20. Because, yeah, other than the skin condition, he was. I mean, like when we went and actually put him down, he was having a good time. He was running around and having I mean, he was old, but like you see sometimes you see these things on Facebook where you see these old dogs and they're just like moping around and they're limping and they can barely, like, they've been through a war. He was actually in good shape. And the only reason they put him down is because Betsy was afraid he was going to piss on her new cupboards. That was the only reason. That's literally the only reason they put him down. Well, that and the skin condition. But like he could have gone at least, barring any illness, could have probably gone at least another 2 years in perfect health, or perfect for him at that moment. And maybe another good 3 to 5 even. I mean, he could have literally lived to about 20. I swear to God, that dog would have fucking lived to 20. I think really the only problem that he really had was bad teeth. Well, that and the skin condition. Because like his whole ass was like, his skin was, it was like inflamed, and he had like this pus, and it was just, he was fucked up. It was nasty, and he had to keep bathing him, and it was just like, ew. And he had to smell to him, but again, he was an old dog, you know. You don't put Granddad down because he got, he pisses on himself a little bit, you know. You sponge him off and give him some crackers, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. But when we went to get Lucy, my mother wasn't sure if she wanted to get the dog. No, we didn't know we didn't know it was Lucy kind of a deal. It was more like, because she had put out feelers and was asking people around and calling different humane societies and calling different pounds or whatever they're called. And we ended up getting a call, and I remember it was August. It was mid to late August. In fact, I was playing the GameCube, and I was playing Pikmin. Now, I had got Pikmin at Christmas time. Played it for a few weeks, beat it, played it, one and done it basically, and then later on in that summer, because I really liked the game, I wanted to go back to it, so I started replaying it, and I remember the night, because I had the two TV, we had the big TV, that big TV from Walt, then I had the little TV, and I was laying in bed, and I'm playing Pikmin on one, and I had Britt Hume from Fox News on. I remember the old woman came into the door and said, okay, we just got a phone call, and they've got a beagle, and we're going to go pick her up. I'm not sure if we're going to get her. And I was like, you know what? Just get her. Well, I don't even know if it was a her. I don't know if we knew it was a her, but whatever. I was like, just bring it home. And she's like, okay. Now, if I hadn't been there to say that, who knows? Now, my mother probably would have fallen in love with her anyway, but whatever. But you know what I mean? It was like, I was there, and it was like, because she had mentioned it numerous times that I had mentioned, just, all right, go get her. Just get her. Just bring her home no matter what. And that was part of the reason. Now, again, if I hadn't been there, well, no, she probably would have still picked her up, but still. But it's like, I mean, seriously, you think about what your life would be like if you didn't exist. Like, for example, your kids wouldn't exist. Your wife would probably be, banging some hot Mexican dude living on a beach somewhere. Your wife would probably be way better off. I'm just kidding. But I mean, seriously, get some little Italian heat going over there. Hey, it's true. It's true. But I mean, seriously, I mean, think about life if you didn't exist. I mean, it's crazy. It's legitimately crazy when you think about it. I mean, just like all the shit that I've purchased over the years would not have been purchased. I mean, it would have been purchased by somebody, but not me. Yeah, granted, especially if you're talking like a capitalistic society, yeah, one drop of the bucket, like, okay, like I'm looking over here at some of the amiibos that I purchased. Okay, so fine, one person didn't buy those 2 amiibos, or actually I got like 7 of them. Okay, so I didn't buy those 7 amiibos, big deal. It's not, like Nintendo's not even going to notice that. Like, 7 of them didn't sell, okay, there's like 100 million on the fucking market. There's like 85 different versions of 8 different things. It's like they're not gonna notice me, but it's like that, cumulative effect of just like a snowball effect where it's like, okay, well, there's one that's sold, there's another that's sold. Now again, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of cool to think about it because, like, again, what if you didn't exist? I don't think my parents would have stayed together. I'll tell you that right now. I think really the only reason they stayed together is, me. I don't think they would have. I don't think we would have gone to church that day. We'd probably all be heathens and going to hell. So, yeah, it is because part of the reason I was getting in trouble in school, and my mother's like, "Okay, fine, it's time to go find Jesus," because Mrs. Carver, Dewey's mother, Todd and Dewey's mother, was kind of trying to get my mother to come out to church. Well, I had gotten in a bunch of trouble at school, and my mother's like, "Okay, fine, we're going to church. We're gonna find Jesus," kind of a deal. And that's kind of how that started. So if I didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have gone. Well, obviously we wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone, but you know what I mean. They wouldn't have gone. They'd probably be heathens in hell right now. I mean, think about that. I saved my family. I saved my family from the depths of hell. My very existence saved my family from hell. Think about that. Seriously. I don't know. It's a weird little comprehension because it's like, again, if you had died that day, where would you be? Where would things be right now if you hadn't died? If you had died that day? I mean, I don't think you wouldn't have those cats. I tell you that much. I highly doubt you would have had the cats. But I mean, think about it though. Somebody would have filled your place at work. Somebody would have filled that place. Wife would probably be remarried. They have to be remarried, basically. Should have to be. 4 kids? 3, 4, whatever the fuck it is. How many you got now? Jesus. It's like you keep finding, you go overseas and you keep finding more. It's like, God damn. Uncle Peter can't afford 15 toys for 15 different kids, okay? I'm sorry, Uncle Peter's not that rich. Uncle Peter's got to find gifts that are, keep on giving. I mean, seriously. Jesus. I mean, seriously, you need to stop that, first off. You need to stop that, because I just can't handle it. You need to do it for me. You need to stop finding children. It's like, oh, yeah, let's go to China and find some more. No, stop that. First off, you should have adopted me, but fuck you. That's neither here nor there. Anybody deserves to be adopted is me. No. I should have been first on the list, fucker. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. Anyways. I mean, seriously, really, think about it. Nothing would be the same right now if you had died. Nothing. Now, granted, we're talking like a drop in the ocean, but still, it affects. It would have that drop in the ocean would affect that local area. Now, granted, it only might be a few feet. It's not gonna like change the tides over in Afghanistan. or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever I was saying, you know what I mean. It's not gonna change the tide over Timbuktu somewhere, middle of nowhere. Like butterfly. I was thinking butterfly effect. I don't know why I was thinking tide. Whatever. I meant the wind. I didn't mean the whatever. Fuck it. I completely ruined that. But whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But again, it definitely would have disrupted me, would have disrupted your family, would have disrupted everybody else. I mean, Jesus, can you imagine that? Can you imagine your poor mother? Holy fuck. Loses a daughter and a son, like literally at the same time. That's almost funny. Dude, that's almost funny. You have to admit the insanity of it is almost humorous, that you almost died at your sister's funeral. Now think about that. No, really, think about that. How fucked up would that have been, dude? How fucked up would that have been? I mean, that would have been insane. I mean, just like the odds, the odds of something like that happening. And then for me, I mean, think about it. Jean had just died. Now, I didn't really know your sister, but obviously it's your sister, so obviously it's, on some level degree of importance to me. Now, yeah, it is what it is. Now, obviously, Jean dying was a little more important to me than your sister in that sense, but obviously because it's kith and kin. But like I said, I didn't really know your sister, so it's like, oh, it's sad, But it is what it is. But it's like she died, your sister died, and then you fucking died. I had to think about that. You literally were dead for what, a couple minutes at least, bare minimum. I mean, seriously, do you realize it was actually a moment in time? There was a moment in time where all three of you were dead within like 2 weeks. For even just a couple minutes, you were all dead, like gone, boom, out of here. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, my mind can't wrap around the fact that I don't know. That's just weird. That's just weird to me. It's kind of freaking me out now. I'm thinking about it, but it would have been almost laughable. It just would have been. It would have been laughable in a really horrific sort of way. I mean, seriously, you died at your sister's funeral. How fucked up is that, dude? I'm not laughing at it like, oh, haha, he, Grim Reaper. But I mean, I'm laughing at it in the sense of it's insane. That's completely, like, yeah. I mean, it's not like you were at the calling hours and somebody rushed in with a gun and mowed down your whole fucking family. Now, that would be ironic, too, because it's like you're at a funeral and just then everybody dies at the same time. That would be one thing, but just a random event that happened in another random event that happened. I mean, let's be honest, your sister dying was a random event. Unless she was sick, I don't know, but, and then all of a sudden you're like, my hurt, and you fall down. It's just, I don't know, man. That's crazy shit to me. That's some crazy shit, dude. I don't know. Again, you just think about that. You could have died at your sister's. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because it's so fucked up. Again, I'm not laughing at the fact that your sister died or you technically did die for a few minutes, but it's just the simple fact. Holy fuck, dude. Because again, the odds. I mean, if you're talking Vegas odds here. That two tragedies would happen like back to back like that. It's like these people who go to fucking Afghanistan, and just as they're about to walk into the door, the thing explodes and they get pushed back and they just they end up with just like a couple scratches and they're like, "Whoa, dodge the big one!" And then they come home and like a week later they get hit by a bus. It's one of those things. It's like, really, it's almost like the Final Destination movie, where it's like you were supposed to die and then you're going to die anyway. It's kind of fucked up. I mean, it really is kind of fucked up, dude. Because, again, if you look at the amount of time, you probably got numerous times in your life where you're just like, I should have died there. I should have died here. I did stupid shit as a kid. I should have died. Like, the time you were doing that fucking job in the middle of the night, we probably should have died a couple times out in the parking lot at 3 a.m. We probably should have died in Jim's attic a couple times. I mean, shit. Any number of things could happen. Like I said, I don't know, I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about the fact that, well, it's kind of like in the DC universe, they have Flash, and he can run so fast that he can actually time travel. Now, I only know the movie. I don't really know the comic books. And I think, or not the movie, the TV show. And I think they kind of manipulated a few things in the TV show that's not exactly in the comic books. But essentially what happened was his mother died, which set him on the course that he was on. No, I want you to lay down. And he ended up, I don't know, basically he had everything he wanted except for the fact his family was dead. Or his mother was dead and his father was in prison. Oh, that's right. His father's in prison for killing his mother, and it wasn't him. It was the bad guy of the series who had gone back to, because it wanted to, basically the bad guy wanted to fuck him up, so he went back and killed his mother, which set things into motion. So in other words, he went back and changed history, and Flash is like, okay, well, I'm going to go back and save my mother. Well, when he does, obviously history is going to be different. So when he comes back to the regular time, everything's completely different, and he's like, I could live with this. They're the same people, but they don't know me and all this stuff, or they don't know me in the same way, and everything that happened, because it's like he had everything he wanted, except for, again, his mother was dead. So it was like, eh. Anyways, then he realized that, okay, this just isn't going to work out because everything's all fucked up. So he goes back in time again to stop himself from killing his mother, almost like a reverse Back to the Future 2. And then he realized that just by his very presence, that when he did what he did, literally a butterfly effect. I mean, just the fact he was running around really fast and creating, even a little bit of a vortex wind-wise or something, changed the atmosphere even a couple degrees. So when he went back to his future, to his normal time, he's like, okay, it'll reset exactly the way it was. Well, it turned out it wasn't exactly the way it was. It's like every time you go back in time, it is going to basically give you a different outcome, just simply because you did it. Like, there's no such thing as, okay, we went to alternate 1985, we took the almanac back, and, went on, so forth. You can't just go back to exactly the way it was. There's always going to be some sort of ripple effect, some sort of change. And so then he had to go on and deal with that stuff. And it was a really cool story. I mean, it's a really cool concept. It would be like alternate 1985, like if Biff had actually looked at the book and was like, oh, there's going to be a basketball game next week. Let's scrounge up a couple $100 and bet on it. Next thing you know, he became a millionaire. Well, that would have completely changed the course of history. Now, he wouldn't have been like a gazillionaire because he didn't have every single time, but he had like one opportunity, which would have changed the current 1985. It's just one of those things. I thought it was really cool. Anyways, I don't mind completely rambling about that, but it's actually a very cool show. I think you'd like The Flash, because dude, that chick is hot. I don't care. Now, I'm not one of these. I'm not really big on gender swaps or race swaps and shit, but I really like that they did that on the show. Well, they took because you have you have the Flash, you have him, and then you have the his main love interest, which is what's her name? I forgot her fucking name. Whatever, the West family. Well, they end up making the West family black people, and it's really cool in the show. I love those two. I love the father and the chick. She's hot. Holy fuck, she's a good looking black girl. Holy shit, just a beautiful fucking girl. Love her, absolutely love her. And it's kind of weird because it's like, then I go to the comic books and it's like they're white, and it's like, I don't want to see white people. It's like one of the few DC for some reason has done it twice where it's like they've race swapped, and I hate when they do it because it's like, ugh. But they did it twice and it worked. Like, again, this case, and then Justice League there. What's the fucking guy's name? Aquaman. Well, they literally turned him into like an islander, and they used Jason Momoa, whatever the fuck his name is, because the dude is supposed to be like a blonde, blue-eyed piece of trash, white fucker, honky fucker. They turned him into like this Samoan dude, which I think actually works, and I love him. I love him absolutely love him as Aquaman. So I think it was a good choice. Where Marvel does it, and it's obnoxious. It's like, and they go out of their way to like, oh, look, we changed it, it's different, look, instead of just making it the way it is, and being like, okay, well, this is, whatever, this family's now black, like Spider-Man, you got the John Jameson, Jonas, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy at the Bugle. You know, you want to turn him into a black guy. Okay, fine. But instead of saying, "Oh, by the way, I'm black. Don't forget," you know, why not just do it where it's like, "Okay, this is him, and we're gonna move on." It's like, oh, Marvel did do it with Nick Fury, where they kind of switched him out with black dude, and then put Samuel L. Jackson in it. Okay, it's fine. It kind of worked. They kind of just, you know, it is what it is. Instead of making a big deal about it, it's just the problem. Marvel has to make a big deal about that shit, and it just completely takes away from the, you know, that becomes the story instead of the story itself, and that's the problem. Whatever. Anyways, I really do like the Flash story, but whatever. Let's get off that. I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, this is definitely. I don't know why it made me think about all this. What was it? It was this week, right? It was sometime this month. Whatever the fuck it was. Well, I saw your wife post on Facebook something about it's been 2 years. So, yeah, it was I think 2 years this week, right? It had to be. Whatever the fuck it was. Who cares? But then, seriously, the idea you were fucking, you were dead for a few minutes, and people were like pumping on your chest and shit. That's crazy. That's legitimately crazy when you think about it. And the fact that my heart's still going is beyond me, dude. I'm almost 41 years old. I have no idea how my heart is still even ticking. I have no fucking clue. None. Because you gotta understand, if it happened to me, I don't have loved ones around. I mean, if I go into cardiac arrest, that's it. I'm dead. You're going to find me black and blue and shit in my pants. Okay, that's what you're going to find me a week later. I mean, at least you had people there. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like I was a couple of people on YouTube, and I was watching, and I hadn't watched they do vlogs every day, and I haven't been watching their vlogs because I wasn't feeling good. I would sit there and I'd just watch their vlogs over and over because I had stopped around this time last year, so I went back a year and it was kind of watching back episodes of it, and dude had like some sort of abscess in his throat, and it could have clogged up his airways. And I remember when I had something similar, and I was like, I'm not going to the hospital for this. I could have fucking died right there. Or the time that I had the flu, I literally almost died. I have no idea how the hell I survived that shit because I couldn't breathe. I literally could not breathe. I was laying in bed and I couldn't breathe, and nobody was like, "Oh yeah, maybe we should take you to the hospital. Maybe we could get you some. Oh, I don't know, maybe some cough medicine." No, like Dale team, but they did not do anything like that at all. Nothing. They did nothing. They're like, "Oh, you're sick. Okay. Well, good luck with that," and they walked away. And I'm like, you fucking bastards. Like, I wouldn't think to go, because again, what am I going to do? Yeah, I could have them drive the freaking ambulance 30 miles, or 30 minutes out, 45 minutes out, drive me all the way to Rome, and then what do? I don't have a cell phone. I don't even have money on me half the time. How the hell am I going to get home, you know? You say, oh, call a cab, call an Uber. With what? What money? How you gonna seriously? You're gonna contact the fucking Uber for a 30? Well, no, actually, more like a 45-minute drive. You know how much money that would cost? That probably costs almost as much as my rent does. Jesus. Swear to God. So it's like I can't go to the fucking emergency room. Not in that sense. I mean, yeah, I could probably call Dale T. He can come get me. I could do something like that. Oh, yeah, I had to do that the one time when I had my tooth painted, because they wouldn't do anything. Because they won't give you any fucking pain pills. Oh, there's opiate addiction. Dude, I need a fucking addiction. I deserve an addiction. Fuck you. All these assholes taking advantage of it. All these stupid hillbilly fucking trailer park people taking advantage of this shit. I need this shit, because I'm in legitimate fucking pain, you know? That's neither here nor there. Whatever. I won't get into that. Sort of good. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking. I'm just kind of completely rambling right now. This is a completely ramble video about death and wonderment and bullshit. Today's fucking Valentine's Day, which is bullshit in and of itself. Won't you be my Valentine? Won't you kiss my dick? Fuck you. Well, actually, it was kind of cool because cousin Cindy brought some stuff over. She's like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, and she's gonna give me some stuff. I was like, hey, fine, I'll take it. She bought me some pizzas, and she bought me some ice cream, and I was like, hey, I'll take it. Like, hey, I'll take it. I ain't gonna say no to it. And it's cookies and cream. It's actually pretty damn good ice cream. But yeah, since my little ordeal the other day, and this is getting completely off topic, but, well, speaking of death, my asshole died. I'll tell you that much. Holy shit. That fucking clip a couple days ago, back like Saturday night, Sunday, whatever it was, my asshole legitimately died. Like, the physical asshole died. And my asshole is not the same. Like, I am not back on solid poop, okay? I have not gotten back on solid poop. Now, I've gotten to the point where I'm not Dude, I must have I swear to Christ, I shat at least 100 times within Saturday, Sunday, and most of Monday. I'm right now back to not a regular schedule, because my schedule was fucked up. But, like, I might go 3 or 4 times a day. But it's usually when I want to go. Not like, I gotta get up. So I'm not, this is Wednesday. That shit happened Saturday night. Literally that shit happened. My appetite still isn't back. Which is good because, dude, I had a fucking pizza. I had one of those Rising Crust pizzas the other day, and I could only eat half of it. I usually take the whole pizza, literally an entire DiGiorno pizza, and plop it on a plate and sit in front of the TV. I'm not afraid to admit that. I took half of it. And then I had the other half the next morning for breakfast. It was actually really good. Really nice. I'm proud of myself. And I like to try to continue to do that. Because I want to... Dude, I got to start losing weight, man. Holy shit. Don't even get me started with that stuff. But, seriously, like I said, my asshole fucking died. I mean, it's dead. My asshole is so loose right now, it's like... And that's not even including the fact that for 2.5 days, I was literally shitting liquid. I don't even know where it was coming from. I don't even know where that was coming from. I have no clue. The floodgates opened. I mean, first off, it was ironic the fact that, because I was going along normal, just every day, normal. You get up, normal day, poop, normal day. Yeah, you get a little dehydration, a little struggle, you gotta push a little harder. All of a sudden, it's just like one night, just randomly, Friday night, Saturday, whatever the fuck it was, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. All of a sudden, random, out of the blue, I had been drinking, I had been taking in liquids, and the whole nine. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, you're going to be blocked the fuck up for 3 hours. I literally, from that moment, it was like 11:30, I sat there for at least a good hour. And that's before I went to the X-Lax. I sat there for at least a good fucking hour. And this thing was, dude, this was blocked. I mean, holy shit. I mean, they should literally transport me down to the Mexican border and just prop my ass up and just... I mean, it was a wall, dude. It was... Trump wants a wall. I can give him one. I can shout one out for him. This was... Oh, my Christ. This was not good. I have no idea where this came from. Again, it was 10 minutes before I was good. I was happy. Hey. Night before I pooped. It was great and wonderful. Within a 24-hour period. Not even that. I don't even think. Whatever it was like... Yeah, good luck. You ain't shitting. Son. And it was like prairie dogging, and it was like coming up. Because you gotta understand, and I don't want to get gross, but... Well, I'm gonna get gross. Fuck you. You have to understand, you get those waves where it's like... And I didn't really explain it as well as I wanted to in that other clip, because I was out of it. I was completely But when you poop, and this is just pooping 101, there's a risk and reward. It's like you get that wave where it's like, whoa, and your asshole puckers, and you're like, oh, let me push, and it comes out. And when it comes out, it's like this relief. It's like, it's like you get the reward. It's like the reward is, it was there, and now it's passed out. It's come through, it's come into the light, it's out in the open, and there it is. And you feel that relief. Now imagine if you get that wave and you try to poop and and it like just presses up against your asshole and it like blocks and you can't shat it out. You're not getting that relief, but you're constantly every few seconds getting that like, I want to poop. I got poop that wants to come out, and it wants to, because it's just, there's that feeling, and it feels so good when it comes out. It's like a Calgon kind of moment, like you're in the tub and the bubbles and shit. Take me away kind of a thing. Calgon, take me away, whatever the fuck that was back in the day. It's one of those things. But you're not getting that relief? That's brutal, dude. That is legitimately brutal. That's worse than, looking at porn and edging yourself and not getting over the top, if you know what I'm saying. That's worse than that. That is horrible. Because, dude, that is not cool. It's not good. And it's not good. And I swear to God, I was there for at least an hour before I took the X-Lax, and at least another 20 minutes. And then not only that, but another 20 minutes after that, because I was still like, I was just going and going and going. In fact, when I did that clip, and it was only like 30 minutes long, you have to understand, I had just come from the bathroom before I started that clip. About 15 minutes into the clip, I had to stop, go to the bathroom, come back. 3 minutes after that, I had to go to the bathroom. And then when I went to upload it, I went to the bathroom. So it's like 4 times within that one clip. And that doesn't even include the entire dump that I just took before that. Because you understand, because the blockage came out, and then everything else came out, and it was like, and then I had taken a moment, and then I was like, okay, let me start a clip, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom again. So I went in, started a clip. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just at that time. Just at that time, when I made the clip. It was at least 5 times. Dude, I must have shed at least 80 times. That's not an exaggeration. I must have shed at least a good 80 times in the last couple days. Since Saturday night. It was tragic. I mean, we're talking tragic. You're talking about things dying and what would it be like. This was tragic. And I'm still, like I said, I'm still not even on solid ground yet, so to speak. Which I'll take squishy. I'll take squishy over blockage any day. Any fucking day. But like I said, I don't even have my appetite back. Like, my stomach's growling and I'm not even hungry. I don't feel like I'm hungry. Like, I can feel my stomach growling, like, okay, and I don't feel like I'm hungry. It's weird. And I'm not peeing as much as I used to either, which is weird, especially considering the spina bifida and the small bladder, and that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, actually, now that I think about it. Probably my kidneys are shutting down. It's probably what it is. Because all that water just comes right up my... Dude, I shat so much fucking liquid. Fuck the poop. We're talking just the liquid itself. I don't know where that shit was coming from. I must have been bloated as a motherfucker or something. I don't know. I've literally lost inches, dude. I've literally lost inches on my girth. Okay? My girth has lost inches. I can actually see different... I actually can almost see my dick, dude. I lift up my gut and I can almost see my penile. Okay, almost. We're getting there. That's how much mass that I lost in that area. That holy shit, dude. I have not seen that in shit. I have seen that in over 30 years. I don't know what to make of that. I can literally look down and look, see the pubic region. That's how bad it is. That's how that's how much shit that I have girthed out in like 4 days. And now it's like I go to I eat and it just comes, it literally right through me, right through me, like a sieve, like not a sieve in the sense of like just turn on the tap, but that, believe me, that was all Saturday and all Sunday, dude. Sunday, oh my god, dude, holy shit. I mean, it was to the point I wasn't even eating. I didn't even eat Saturday or Sunday. No, actually, that's not true. I had a couple little cookies, little flat cookies, those fudge stripe cookies, which are tiny. That shit went through me within moments. And I didn't eat anything. I had no idea where it kept coming from. And I kept, every few minutes, just, oh my god, it was horrific. Nobody should have to go through that. Now I'm getting to the point right now where it's like like every time I eat, my stomach's starting to bother me. Like I could deal with, okay, this was what, Saturday night, so figure Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going on 4 days now. Now, thankfully the cramps have subsided in my side of my gut because I just pushed so much. And thankfully the pelvic region, because I was sitting there on the toilet in that cramped up position for so long that my pelvic region was just like all fucked up. Thankfully that stuff has sort of subsided. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's better than it was. Like I'm back to somewhat normal in that regard. But I mean, I could deal with my asshole being a little upset. Like my asshole right now is a little bit offended. Like it's upset. Like it's like, okay, you've abused me enough. The side of the cheek of my ass, because I've been wiping so much, that's a little upset. That's a little raw and tender, and it's a little upset. It needs to, heal for obvious reasons. I can deal with that. But what was weird about the whole situation, sitting there with the blockage, sitting there after, sitting there with the everything, my stomach was not upset. It's weird. Now all of a sudden my stomach is starting to get upset. Like I eat something, just random, and it's like, ugh, it's like it doesn't want it in there. But yet the whole time, for those days when I was just literally shatting water, and just, my stomach is like, hey, we're doing okay. It's so weird, so fucked up. Because sometimes you're sitting there and you go to the bathroom, especially if you don't finish properly. Sometimes it feels like it backs up a little bit, like everything just gets all backed up and your stomach gets a little upset, and it's like, you feel worse than before you went to the bathroom, so to speak. But then there's those glorious moments when you take a dump and it feels like the entire weight of the world just came off you. Like, holy fucking shit. You just close your eyes and there's like little ballerinas and stuff and little unicorns flying around and people with harps and yodels, and it's like heaven. It's like heaven. It's like, oh, yes. It's like you've been there, You've been to the mountaintop. So it's like, it's definitely transition period right there, because you go from one extreme to the other, and it's weird. That's kind of what I'm doing here, where it's like, my stomach just is like, I don't want you to eat, motherfucker. I don't want you to eat. I don't want you to eat. And I like to eat, motherfucker. So it's like, I don't know how to deal with that. Because, I mean, you gotta understand, especially fat people, there's two types of reality. There's the, I like food, I just like it, hey, I do. And then there's the, I'm depressed and I want to kill myself and eat and just eat and 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 eat. Because you know why? Because it's the only thing that's good to me. It's the only thing that feels good in the moment. It's the only thing that's ever been, it's the only thing that's ever really loved me is my food. Now, granted, you say, well, look what it's doing to you. Yeah, but you could look at your wife and say, yeah, look what she's done to me too. Yeah, she's relegated to me. She's relegated me to the man cave. Like, I can't have anything of my own. I have to have a little special room that she allows me to have. She's taking my balls and putting them in her purse. You could say the same thing. You could. I'm not saying you personally, but I mean in general. Although you probably could. Like, for example, if I said, hey, I want to come over. You want to go You had a beer and your wife, oh, we're supposed to watch movie night tonight. It's one of those things. It's like you got fucking movie night every goddamn day of the week. I come into town once in a blue moon, and all of a sudden, whatever. You know what I mean? That kind of womanly bullshit. You know what I'm talking about. Or it's like she sees you 24 hours a day, yet the minute you want to do something, oh, she hasn't seen you enough today. Or, you know what I mean. It's just that bullshit. Just that clingy bullshit that a lot of women do. And it's like, I'm not saying your wife, I'm saying in general. Just women in general. You know what I mean. You as a man know what I mean. You may not want to admit it. You may be like, oh, No. If the wife was listening, you'd be like, oh, I don't know what he's talking about. I love you, honey. You can play that bullshit, but deep down inside, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, so fuck you. But, it's one of those things. Like I said, it was a horrible, horrible, horrible experience. I don't ever want to have to experience it again. There's certain things, dude, there are just certain things I don't want to deal with. I would rather take a broken arm than tooth pain. I would rather take a broken arm than stomach pain. I have a genuine fear of throwing up. I don't want to deal with that. So the idea that I've got a blockage, and if oh, God, it's just, I think about things, and it's like, oh. But I'll tell you one thing, after this ordeal, I was super excited when I could fart again, without, like shatting myself. And I have to admit, under the circumstances, I am very proud of the fact I did not shit my pants once during this ordeal. I am super proud of that fact. I mean, there's times you're just sitting there, all of a sudden, oh, and you automatically just shat. It's nothing. It's like, oh, by the way, hi. It's there. Okay. Now this is one of those times when that should have happened. It should have happened because we're talking purple rain here. This is brown rain. Okay, all over. I should have shit my pants, and I'm damn proud that I did not do such a thing. Now, dude, I remember that one time. In fact, it was October. It was October. And Batman Origins had just come out. And I was playing it. I had just gotten it, and I was playing it. And I'm sitting there, it's probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And I literally had just got it, because I think the UPS guy came around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I was playing it. I was a couple hours in. And I felt fine. Everything was good. And all of a sudden, it wasn't even a fart. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, let me lift my leg and go, no, it wasn't even one of those. It was just like, hey, like Batman's running around and, putting on the suit and putting on the cape, and all of a sudden, and my asshole just let loose. And it was for no reason. And what's worse, especially when you're sitting down and you have to try to get up, because when you're getting up, there's that moment when your ass leaves the seat and you're literally squatting, because the seat itself pushes into your ass. So kind of like, it's kind of like a stopgap. But the minute you get off the seat, you're literally squatting. So if there's anything coming out, it's coming out. Like there was one other time where it was similar to that. So when I got up, it was like, and then it just as I'm going toward the bathroom. Oh, then you sit there and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do except sit there in your own filth. You can't do anything, and you just gotta go. And you get up, and then the toilet seat is stained, and of course you got a white toilet seat, and it's stained, and it's like, oh, dude. And you got shit in your knickers, shit on your shoes, you literally shit in your shoes. It's just not good, man. Why that's a thing is beyond me. Like, I have got a legitimate beef with God. Like, I want to look at God in his little beady eye and be like, why is that a thing? Why is me pooping my pants a thing? Why are children getting raped? People putting dogs in trash bags and breaking their legs and leaving them in the ditch. Why are these things a thing? You know? Of all the things in the universe, why are these things? Why are they there? Why are they manifest themselves into this reality? Why? It's literally, I don't understand it. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. I don't even know what this clip was about. It was about death and poop. Death and poop. It's like death and taxes, death and poop. Anyways, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm actually kind of hungry. Believe it or not, I'm hungry. And I want to, because I was thinking about doing something. Dude, oh my God, this is going to probably kill me. Speaking of this upsetting my stomach, I want to get one of those freaking pizzas. I feel like I'm going to eat the whole thing, though. I'm going to, like, stuff myself. Because it happened once. It just doesn't mean it's going to happen again. 'Cause I'm going to get back into where I'm eating the whole fucking pizza. But whatever. I want to get one of those pizzas, and I want to take some cottage cheese and put it on the pizza. And I don't... Because I have that pineapple cottage cheese. Not pineapple with cottage cheese. Or... Wait. No, it's pineapple with cottage cheese, but it's not... like straight normal cottage cheese with a separate thing of pineapple. This is pineapple mixed in with it, which gives it a whole other different flavor, a whole different taste. I want to take some of that and put it on my pizza and like bake it and cook it. I want to do that. I don't know why I want to do that. I don't know how that's going to taste. I don't know, but I want to do it. Whatever. Anyways, I don't know if I want to do it right now because it's only 12 o'clock, dude. Because if I eat now, it'll be closer to 1, probably 1:30, probably 11 o'clock tonight. I'll eat the rest of it. I don't know how I feel about that because, well, I mean, dude, it's definitely a positive. It's definitely a step up from eating the entire pizza at one sitting versus I eat half of it and then 8-10 hours later I ate the other half. Okay, that's a whole other story. That's a different thing. Now, granted, within a 24-hour period, I ate a whole pizza, sure, but you know, you do what you got to do. But I'm actually proud of myself in the sense that I just haven't been eating. I don't know what good it's going to do. I don't know, if I want to maintain some sort of weight loss balance. I doubt it. Because it's going to happen. The minute I go to the store, it's going to be like, oh, cookies, And not that there's anything necessarily wrong with cookies. It's just the fact that when I see cookies, I got to eat them. And when I eat them, I got to eat like 50 of them. I can't just eat 2. You can't just eat 2 cookies. Fuck you. Like, oh, a bag of chips, I'll just have 2. No, you ain't going to just, no. You're going to pull out a bag. You're going to pull out, it is what it is. But I do like having ice cream around because it's like right now I could probably go have some ice cream and be full. Dude, I had ice cream yesterday and it filled me up. Ice cream, fucker. Ice cream, not cookies. Oh, they did have cookies and cream, but not really a cookie. It's more like just a little track of shit in the middle of it, literally. That shit literally filled me up. And it's weird because it's ice cream and it shouldn't, and it did, but whatever. Maybe I'm just sick, man. I don't know. Maybe I've died and this is hell. I don't know. Because there's nothing worse for a fat person than wanting to eat and not being able to. Oh, Jesus. But seriously, I need to start fitting into better shirts and smaller size shirts because it pisses me off. And don't even get me started with that fucking bullshit. So I go to King Size Direct. There's basically 2 types of clothing for fat people. There's King Size Direct, and then there's Destination XL. Now, Destination XL has way better selection. But the problem is, their quality's not that good. Their quality shirts are not that good. I mean, the material's not that good. And these are the kind of shirts that will shrink up on you if you're not careful. And that's not like a fat joke. Like, oh, it shrunk. No, I mean, it will. That one shirt that I got totally completely shrunk up. It's on the side. It's shrunk up on the sides, and it's just, oh god. But they don't have the shit in my damn size. They have it like a size under, or 2 sizes under, and it pisses me off. The only fucking thing that they had, it was even mild interest. They had some crap. They have all these like patriotic shirts where there's like flags and stupid shit. These black shirts, black graphic tees. And they have ones with like these skulls, these Native American skulls with like American flags on them and shit. Like they have that kind of stuff, and okay, I guess. I don't really know what it's supposed to signify other than just pure evil, but whatever. But like any of the cool stuff, like the Batman stuff, the Marvel stuff, even the Mario stuff, the Mario Brothers, that stuff's you lucky if you get like a couple X. You know, like you're lucky if you get 2, 3X. Most I've seen is like a 5. I can't fit into a 5. I didn't fit into a 5 till I was like 10 years old. I'm a fat fucker, I admit it. So, I was super fucking pissed when I see a bunch of stupid ancient burial, Native American burial symbol bullshit with skulls and faggotry. And the one thing that I could fit my fat ass into was a goddamn Tom Brady jersey. Fuck Tom Brady, fuck the Patriots. Patriots give me the fucking shits, literally. Maybe it was the Super Bowl that gave me the shits, I don't know. Because it pisses me off. Everybody who pisses and complains, oh, the Yankees, they shouldn't go to the World Series anymore because they've been there enough. Then turn around and sit there and tell me how great the fucking Patriots are who go every fucking year. Give me a break. How can you say one thing about the one... At least the Yankees didn't cheat. At least the Yankees never been confused with cheaters. Hey, whatever. I mean, seriously, you got people like Derek Jeter who are like the fucking pinnacle, like straight as a Grizzly's dick. He's like the pinnacle of like professionalism. I mean, that guy did like nothing wrong. Do you understand that? He was with that team for over 10 years, and he did nothing wrong, like, at all. Like, you didn't see a Derek Jeter, like, oh, he's, I think the worst thing he did is he dated a supermodel. I think that was about the extent of his like, oh, he went into a nightclub with a gun and shot himself in the dick. No, you didn't see that. The guy was straight as a Grizzly's dick. He represented the team. He represented, New York. He represented his... He was the poster boy for that organization, and he knew it. Now he's having the time of life. He's having hookers and booze and whatever the fuck else he's doing. He's going off. He deserves it. I mean, you go that long without fucking up. You deserve to be banging supermodels every day of the week. Just that simple. Tom Brady's off there banging supermodels, but he's fucking up doing stupid shit too, being a whiny little bitch. Whatever. Don't even get me started with that shit. Fuck the Patriots. I mean, again, I don't understand how you can say that, the Yankees, they buy all the good players. Well, yeah, that's kind of the fucking point. Just because your team is too cheap, just because your owner of your team is too cheap to buy decent talent, that don't mean anything. Okay? So, the Yankees go to the World Series enough. Yeah, if they never say that about the Patriots. Patriots are there every fucking time. It's going to be next year's going to be the Patriots versus who gives a fuck, because it doesn't really matter. So, give me a break. But yeah, love the Patriots, love the Patriots, love the Patriots, love the Patriots, yet the Yankees are evil. I mean, come on. Give me a break. Give me a break. The only thing I can fit my fat ass into is a Tom Brady fucking jersey. Tom goddamn Brady. If I want to be a whiny fucking bitch, now granted, he's done X amount of this and this, that, and the other, his stellar career. Yeah, he's a stellar career, but he's still a whiny bitch at the end of the day. And that's a fact. That's a fact. You can't deny that. Even diehard Tom Brady fans are like, yeah, he's a whiny bitch. He's a whiny bitch. We will concede that. Even the most diehard fan, even his parents and family and loved ones would be like, yeah, we concede that he's a whiny little bitch. He is. He's a whiny little bitch. Like, you look at Derek Jeter, he's not a whiny little bitch. Like, Derek Jeter, back when he was playing, he'd lose. He'd be like, okay, we got to be ready for tomorrow's game. Let's put that one on the side. Tom Brady loses. You see him. He's sitting there pouting on the field. He's sitting in there. He's sitting on the 30-yard line. The ticket tape parade is coming down for the other team, and everybody's run off the field. He's just sitting there pouting, just sitting on his little butt. There's pictures of it. You'd never see Derek Jeter doing that shit. Yeah, he might do it the day after the World Series. He might be pouting the day after, but he has a right to do that. He has a right to do that. Now, I understand that, obviously it's Super Bowl and you're pouting after the Super Bowl. I get that, but people are watching you, dude. Seriously, you sit there and sit on the little field like a little bitch. People are watching you. The world is watching you. Derek Jeter would never do that shit. You never see him pouting on the field. That's one thing that pisses me off about football, though. Especially the Mannings. Holy Christ. They pout like nobody's business. I mean, Jesus, Eli? What are you grunting for, dude? The fuck was that? Get over here. Those motherfuckers pout like little toddlers. Like, I mean, seriously, Eli makes a bad play. He's like, oh, shucks. Oh, golly gee shucks. I mean, come on, dude. What are you groaning for? The dog is literally straddling me and groaning. I think he's yawning. I think that's what it was. He was yawning and kind of doing that, like, oh, you know, it's a sing-songy, like, you know, when you, whatever. You're being a bad little dog. Yes, you are, but he's a cute little bad dog. Oh, you like that? Oh, you like when Daddy rubs your back? Oh. Oh, you like that? You say ooh? Ooh. Can you say ooh? Can you say ooh? Oh, can you say oh? Oh, yeah. Anyway, speaking of a whiny little bitch. Anyway, you know, I'm done with this clip. I'm done with this clip, Mr. Boots. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? You like that? Yeah, ooh, I know. Sometimes he'll look at me and just go, ooh. It's like, what the fuck is that all about? Anyways, I'm done. I'm done with this clip. Fuck you.